the d12 die and also where the ball was fielded. If the team fielded the ball within their own 10, and in this case USC did, then if result codes of 90 or 00 or 82 is the loss of yardage, came up, then you're going to add 10 yards to those results. So like a 90, and we had a variable yardage d10 roll of a 5. So instead of 5 yards, it's going to be 15 yards. So if in fact Stanford nailed them for the 5 yards, we would add 10. Now the last thing you got to pay attention to on the return roll of the 5 dice is what the d12 indicates, because a d12 of 9 is going to indicate a possible penalty. Now I've reformatted all the rolls to be standardized. All 9s will be penalty situations, all 10s will be injury situations, all 11s will be fumble situations, and all 12s will be weird play situations. So no matter if you're doing kickoff procedures, punt procedures, field goal procedures, etc., that's how it's standardized from now on. Now for our example, we rolled a 3 on the d12, so 1s through 8s mean it's just a normal return situation, but had it been a 9, we would have re-rolled another d10 to look up this penalty table for kickoff returns. Had it been a 10, after everything was resolved, we would have checked an injury rating. In this case it was actually the kicker Horowitz that matched up and lost the matchup, so we would have checked Horowitz's injury procedure and went through the procedures for injury later in the rules. An 11 meant that McCulloch in the normal or Simpson in the squib kickoff situation possibly would have fumbled the kickoff return. And 12 is a special table of occurrences of weird plays on kickoff returns, and we would have had to reference that table provided separately. So let's see what would have happened on McCulloch's 65-yard return if in fact that d12 was a 9 and we would have had a penalty called during the return. We would have re-rolled all the dice, and we would have used a result code of 11 for where the spot of the foul occurred. In this case, the d6 do not match, so it's result code 11. And we got an 8 on the d10, so the spot of the foul is 18 yards from the point of fielding the kick. Well, he fielded it at the 7, so the spot of the foul is the 25-yard line. And having re-rolled the d10 to check the type of foul that occurred, let's take a roll here. We got a 7. No penalty. So McCulloch's 65-yard return stands. Let's roll it again and see what we might have got if we did get a penalty. A 2. Okay, so we have an illegal block on the returning team. So USC is charged with an illegal block at the 25, the spot of the foul. That's a 15-yard penalty, so that's going to be marked back half the distance to the goal. So McCulloch's 65-yard return has been wiped out. And instead, USC is going to start, we're going to mark this halfway back, 12-yard penalty. They're going to start at their 13. Now let's redo the squib kick where Simpson in fact was this second returner, or the actual returner. And remember, we got a 35-yard return from Simpson. Well, let's say instead of that d12 being a 3, that d12 or the 9 like we just did for McCulloch's long return, let's say it was an 11. And so that a possible fumble would occur. In this case, we'd have to check to see Simpson's fumble rating to see if in fact he might have fumbled at the end of his 35-yard run. Switching back here to the Trojans under the halfback first string. I don't know if this is readable. Let's see if we can try and zoom in. Okay, the fumble rating for Simpson is an 18. So on a d20 roll of 1 through 18, Simpson is a heavy fumbler and will have lost this ball. Let's check. Luck. 19. So in fact, Simpson had a 90% chance to fumble this ball, but the gods are with USC and he did not fumble. So his 35-yard turn stands without a fumble. Okay, that pretty much covers all the different types of return scenarios that I can think of, or at least the vast majority of the most common ones. And of course, just running a normal return and a normal kickoff procedure will be the quickest resolution to being able to start your first play from scrimmage.